Primary 5. I hope you had a wonderful night last night. How are your parents still doing? You are welcome to our social studies lesson. And our topic for today is transportation. But before we get into transportation, we want to look at our previous lesson in social studies. And our previous lesson was based on deserts. And we said deserts are places of extreme conditions, places with little rainfall and few plants growth. And we said in order for us to better understand deserts, we can categorize deserts into two main types. We have hot and cold deserts. We said the hot deserts of the world are found in the Arctic and Antarctic regions of the world. The Arctic and Antarctic regions of the world are the polar regions. That means they are found in the North and in the South Pole. And we said scientists have investigated and classified deserts as places that have an average annual rainfall of less than 250 millimeters. We said a lot of things about desert, but our focus for today is transportation. Transportation, that is the topic. What is transportation? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Transportation means the movement of people and things from one place to another, from a point A to a point B. And for us to understand transportation better, we are going to look at transportation in two different ages, the Olden age and the modern age. The Olden age is the days of our great-grandfathers. How did they transport their things and themselves from one place to another? It was very difficult in those days because we did not have cars, aeroplanes, vans, lorries, ship, boats, engine boats, motorbikes. All these things were not there because science had not evolved. So what did people in the olden days use for transportation? They were forced to use animals like horses, cows, camels, and donkeys to carry themselves and their goods from one place to another. It was very difficult because these animals, as you know, they are living things. They needed food to eat, they needed water to drink, and for them to trek for long distances, it was not visible for these animals to get enough food and water along the way. So sometimes these animals get tired, and some of the animals even died. The animals as well could not carry heavy goods, so it was pretty difficult. Since it was difficult for transportation in the olden days, communication became very difficult because in those days, with the advent of writing, communication was purely through letter writing. And for somebody to carry a letter for 5 months or 6 months or for weeks before getting to the destination where he or she was supposed to drop the letter, the information could not arrive at time. So communication was slow because of bad transportation. Now we are going to look at transportation in our modern days, transportation in our present modern days. It is quite different from transportation in the old because in our modern day we have many things that have been invented by science. We have cars, we have trains, we have planes, we have helicopters, we have boats, ships, submarines that we use for transportation today. So it means that people can actually move from one point to another with their goods today faster than it was in the past. So for us to better understand transportation, we shall share transportation under 3 main headings. That will be land transport, air transport, and water transport. For land transport, we mean transportation by land. You can begin to imagine those things that we use to transport people and their goods on land. You think of vans, lorries, cars, bicycles, motorbikes, and even trekking, because people actually trek on land for short distances. Railway transport is also part of land transport because railways on which trains move are found on land. We shall look at water transport. What do we use for water transport? We use sea-going vessels like ships, canoes, boats, engine boats, submarines for sea transportation. And then we're talking about air transport. We realize that in air transport we use aeroplanes, helicopters, jets, spacecrafts, and etc. Airplanes actually use airports. In our next lesson, we shall be looking at the importance of each means of transportation. The importance of each means of transportation and the difficulties that are encountered in each of the means of transportation. That is land transport, water transport, and air transport. And since you know our focus is on Cambridge, which is from the United Kingdom, our case study on transportation shall be focusing on the UK. We shall see how transportation is being done in the UK, the difficulties that transportation faces in the UK. Thank you very much. I hope you'll be present during the next lesson and you will do the exercises that I've given you. I've given an exercise that you can see on the board. You do the exercise. You drop the exercise on Friday. I will mark the exercises, give them back to you on Monday. But while coming on Friday, be ready to pick up many more exercises on different subjects and different topics. Thank you very much.